Hi everyone, Bernard here. I hope you're all staying safe and well. Welcome to the Citizen channel and a match preview today after all the excitement at Anfield the other day. We're back to the bread and butter, aren't we? Bread and butter of the FA Cup. Yeah, back to the FA Cup. It's not our FA Cup, is it? Not like the Carabao Cup. That's our cup, the Carabao Cup. But yeah, not. Perhaps we could have done better in the FA Cup over the years. I think we certainly could have won it a couple of times more, which would have been nice, wouldn't it? But I'm being greedy, aren't I? Yeah. We'll look forward to the game at the Liberty Stadium, of course, against Swansea City in our second ever FA Cup match against Swansea City. So. The history, boys, yeah, I'm not going to go delve too much into Swansea's past. We'll have a talk about that last game back in only a couple of years ago. Feels like 10 years ago, that game at the Liberty Stadium, the 3-2 game. We'll have a talk about that anyway and have a look at what the BBC thought and bring back some memories on that one. Of course, we'll have our usual features, a look at Swansea, how they're doing. Yeah, they're doing okay. Of course, the odds on the game. And please, if you're new to the channel, please push that subscribe button. Wherever you've been, please tell your friends, any City supporting friends, please. I'm trying to get up to 700 subscribers by the end of February. I'm trying to aim for 1,000 by the end of the season. I'm being optimistic. I'm hopeful, but please give people a shout for me. Tell them about me. I try and inform and entertain in these vlogs, obviously. And there's history vlogs as well, and quizzes and City vlog magazines, lots of different things. So I'll try and keep things mixed up and try and keep things live. You know, try and keep adding things and taking things away. I may even do a live thing. Let me know what you think. I may even go live. I've not done it before. I don't know what the consequences or what you have to do, but I might even have a go at that. I think I've done it accidentally a few when I first started doing these. I think I went live accidentally when I was obviously doing it because so yeah, I'm thinking of doing one either on movies and TV, because if you look at my playlist, I do film and TV stuff as well, so if that's any interest to you, or obviously on City. I'd like to do one of each, you know, one on City and one on films and TV every week, you know, just one of each, but obviously it's time constraints. But let me know what you think anyway. Would you be interested in watching that and contributing, obviously, because it's for you out there. So as I say, yeah, check my playlist for all my film and TV stuff, or if you know someone who might be interested in that, I do reviews and information blogs on dramas and TV as well, films, etc., and information blogs on what's out to buy and stuff like that. And there's a couple of links on screen for Facebook and Twitter, so you follow and friend me on there. I do try and check every 2 or 3 days and follow and friend everyone back on there as well. And all comments, please. I'm getting lots of comments these days. It's not lovely to get comments. It's lovely to get feedback off you all out there. And please, if you can, if you haven't got time for that, if you're in a rush and you're off to work or you're off to the shops or whatever you can do in these days, just give us a thumbs up. It's great to get you know, views, but it's lovely to get a nice proportion of thumbs ups as well. Right, history boys. Yeah, well, the history boys. We'll have a look back at that. What happened, obviously, on the 16th of March 2019. Yeah, I mean, they never won the FA Cup, Swansea. They've been to a couple of semi-finals in 1926 and 1962. And, of course, they did win the League Cup. I remember them coming to the Etihad and singing being champions, because they won the League Cup in 2013, didn't they? And I thought, champions of what? Well, all right, I suppose you're the League Cup champions. But, I mean, obviously, we've had one or two ourselves, haven't we? But I would never say we were League Cup champions. But, hey, there you go. Yeah, a bit of tongue-in-cheek, perhaps. I think City fans will do that tongue-in-cheek, but I'm not so sure whether the Welsh guys meant it that way. Yeah, 16th of March 2019, quarter-final, wasn't it? This time, we certainly rode our luck that day a little bit, although we actually probably hammered them on possession and chances, but obviously it just wouldn't go in the net, which obviously was a regular problem and still occasionally is a problem for us even now. 2-0 down at half-time, of course. Grimes and Selena, wasn't it? I was an ex-City player. Yeah, and then a Silva, an own goal, and a late Sergio effort obviously saw us through. But, I mean, just looking at the BBC Sports that day, just summed up the game, just reading from their quote on their site. It sort of more or less, yeah, sort of says it all, really. Sergio Aguero's controversial late win ensured City dramatically kept their quadruple bid on track. Yeah, well, we did a quadruple of sorts, didn't we? As they came from 2 goals down to beat Swansea and reach the FA Cup semi-finals. Substitute Aguero beat Swansea keeper Christopher Nordfeldt with a diving header off Bernardo Silva's low cross at the end of a superb move in the 88th minute. It was. Replay showed the Argentinian striker was marginally offside, but the VAR system was not in use at the Liberty Stadium. I don't think it is this time was either. despite having been using City's third and fourth right sides at their Etihad Stadium. It's stupid. I mean, you either have one, or you have them all, or you don't have any. Absolutely ridiculous with this VAR. City had levelled in contentious circumstances too when Cameron Carter-Vickers was judged to a trip replacement Raheem Sterling in the area. I think he did, didn't he? I mean, I don't think it... I was fairly sure it was. I've not looked back at it, but I'm fairly sure it was a penalty. Aguero's penalty hit the post before rebounding in off Notfeldt for an own goal. So yeah, we did have a little bit of luck that day. Defeat was harsh on the impressive hosts, who led 2-0 inside 30 minutes. The former City player who's mocked Basant Salina's spectacular second, of course, after a Matt Grimes goal. The former City player Salinas was mocked for an extraordinary penalty miss against West Brom on Wednesday. How did you remember that? Yeah, just before our game. Killed a sumptuous first-time effort beyond Ederson at the end of a tremendous flowing move. Yeah, Ederson was in goal as well, and they took it seriously in those days. City feels a strong side, but needed Sterling and Aguero to come off the bench to shake them out of their fatigue. The latter setting up Bernardo for the visitors' opener. So, yeah. From what, as I said, stats-wise, we absolutely hammered them, but we just couldn't put the ball in the net. And I think if it had gone to extra time, if Sergio's goal had been ruled off for offside, I think we would have gone on and won it, to be honest with you. But yeah, it wasn't easy, was it? And I don't expect such an easy one tomorrow, but we'll talk about that. Of course, we've won I think we've won 12 of the last 14 meetings against Swansea City with a couple of draws. Swansea themselves have lost 7 of their last 8 meetings with Premier League sides in the FA Cup. Their only win was a third-round tie at a place called Old Trafford in 2013-14. So how are they doing? How's Swansea doing at the moment? I mean, they're third in the Championship. They're doing really well. They've just beaten the leaders, Norwich City. I think it was 2-0 last Friday night. They're unbeaten in the last 10 games. I mean, people say about us playing these lower league opposition, but we always seem to play good Championship teams, don't we? Which, is odd, isn't it? But we don't worry about that, do we? They are unbeaten in their last 10 games and not lost at home in 12, while their defensive record, 15 goals conceded in 27 matches, is the best in the Championship. Steve Cooper, the manager, says they'll have to be perfect against City and we'll have to be less than perfect. I don't know, possibility of that. But he does look forward to linking up to Foden, and of course Cooper was the guy who coached the 3 Lions in India in 2017 when Foden was spectacular, wasn't he? Beat Spain 5-2 in the final. I think he won the player of the tournament, didn't he, Phil Foden? So he's looking forward to linking up with Phil again. Of course, Swansea will be. They have a couple of injuries, not too bad. They've been unable to call upon the young forward Liam Cullen, who's been doing a good job, and a German goalkeeper. Yeah, another Bert Troutman, perhaps. German goalkeeper Steven Bender, who are both nursing injuries. There's a name. Other than that, I don't think they have any real problems. Obviously, we have 2 or 3 ourselves, don't we? Yeah, my little thoughts on the game. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be the selection, isn't it, that's important by Pep. We've got Spurs at home Saturday, and let's face it, we want to win that. So what's he going to risk against Swansea? But, Pep, he likes to go strong. He doesn't like to change things up too much. And how we come out of the Anfield game, I mean, it's a wonderful game at Anfield against Liverpool, but a few players are a little bit tired, any carrying knocks, etc. I mean, they were obviously quite physical, Liverpool. They usually are. So, it'd be interesting to see, won't it? And I always believe our best team, if we start making more than 5 changes, we start to struggle a bit. We lose our flow, don't we? Our form and flow a little bit if we do make more than 5 changes. So we make more than 5 changes to that Liverpool game. I do expect it to be a little bit tougher perhaps than we think. Yeah, Swansea, as I said, are strong favourites promotion. They're playing some really good football, which is nice because obviously they will defend, but obviously it's not a park in the bus thing with Swansea. I think they will have a go as well, which is fair enough. I mean, Cooper said it's not a free hit as such. I mean, they're just going into this as a game where they're going to do the best, which is fair enough, and don't have an attitude of well, we don't care, because it won't work if they do that. So. Yeah, I do expect if we do edge towards that 5+ changes, that it will be a tight game, I think. I mean, whether it be 3-2 or not, I'm not too sure. I'm hoping overall that we will certainly win by a 2-goal margin, but nothing's guaranteed with this one. It'd be quite interesting, but it's all based on the team he picks. I think Pep, it'd be very interesting to see what team he puts out. I mean, my 11, which should be good enough to win this, that I would put out, obviously, I'd always play Ederson in goal, but he's not. Obviously, he's going to play Stefan in goal, so he's obviously my 11, not Stefan. And I believe Walker's injured, but I've not heard too much on that. If Walker wasn't injured, I'd be playing Walker. But obviously, if he is injured, I'd play Cancelo again. I don't think he would have been too tired after the Liverpool game. I would certainly play him again with the option of obviously Walker against Spurs, haven't you? So I would play Cancelo again. Laporte and Garcia, the central defenders. I don't like Garcia, but I'm just looking at it from Pep's point of view, and he does an okay job, I think, next to Laporte. And Mendy. Mendy's got to come back into it, hasn't he? He's fit enough. He's not played for a while, has he? And he's not been doing that bad the last 2 or 3 games he's played. So I think Mendy's got to come back into it. Of course, Fernandinho's got to be the holding guy there, hasn't he? He's got to surely be in there. But midfield would be interesting, won't it? I mean, I didn't put Foden in originally, but I think he'd be fit enough. As I say, he didn't play before the Liverpool game, did he? So I would have thought Doyle might get a go. Tommy Doyle with Foden, and obviously they've got experience together, those two, I think, haven't they? Just in front of Fernandinho, and then up front, Jesus, surely, Torres, surely, and will he play Sterling? He could play Sterling or Mahrez. I'd like to see Sterling again, because he's obviously, he'll be on a high, won't he, after scoring at Anfield. So that's my 11. Stefan, Cancelo, Laporte, Garcia, Mendy, Ferner, Doyle, Foden, Jesus, Torres, and Sterling. So let me know what you think. Anyway, as I say, I think that's good enough to win by at least 2 goals, I think. And as I say, there's a few changes there, but it's still got the sort of backbone, and it'd be nice to see Doyle and Foden together, won't it? That'd be good to watch as well. Match officials, yeah. Well, we've got we don't get this guy for Premier games as such, do we? I think he runs a line or does the 4th official or VAR, but got Mr. Peter Banks. I always think of Father of the Bride, Peter Banks. Peter Banks. I always sorry, it's just my film thing coming out. Assistant, his linos, Adam Nunn and Neil Davis, and the 4th official, Andre Mariner, because there's no, as far as I know, there's no VAR again. As I say, it's outside the Premier League. They don't have it, so silly, but hey, there you go. Yeah, my little score prediction. Obviously, I'll give you the odds on it in a minute, but yeah, I will go for a 2-goal margin. I won't be surprised if there's 1 goal in it, either way. Obviously, it's got to be finished, hasn't it? It's got the extra time penalties, so it's got to end at some stage. But obviously, we should have enough to win, even with that team I put out there. And even if he puts, say, perhaps changes one of those guys I've put on my team, we should still win it. So I'm going to go for 3-1 as my main score prediction for this game at Swansea City. Yeah, right, just on to the odds now. If you're interested in the odds, please, I don't condone gambling, and if the fun stop, and never ever gamble more than you can afford. This is just literally pennies for me, just for a little bit of extra interest and fun. The last time out, obviously the Liverpool game, yeah, just about a break even. I had a couple of bets come in. My corners under 10.5 was spot on, and over 2.5 goals was spot on. So obviously, that's just about clawed a break even at the Liverpool's game, so that was okay. Kept me interested in it. So the odds on this one, yeah, they're to win the cup. City, the current favourites. We always seem to be these days, don't we? 7-4 to win. I think second favourites you can get 5-1 again about United, and if you fancied Swansea City, you can get 100-1. So that's. I never understand some of these odds. I mean, shouldn't that be more like 500 to 1, 1,000 to 1? I don't know, but yeah, 100 to 1 on Swansea. The match odds, I mean, not the shortest we've seen for City. For a City win, it's 1-5 on, 11-2 the draw, and 12-1 a Swansea win. So that's obviously 90 minutes odds. Both teams to score. Yeah, my first little bet. Yeah, yes, 6-5. Yeah, I'm not surprised if Swansea will score. They're not. They're not frightened. I don't think they'll be frightened of having a go. As I say, we're not. I do like Stefan. I think he's okay, but he's not Ederson, is he? But I do think we might leak a goal because we have our Stones and Diaz partnership for one thing. So, yeah, 6-5, it sounds good to me. So I've got a couple of points on that for both teams to score. So as I said, hopefully it'll be 3-1 or 4-1 or something like that. But yeah, so I've betted yes. If you fancied no, do you think we'll keep a clean sheet? Oh, my picture's falling down. Look, I've dropped the FA Cup already. I stuck it there. Yeah, that was the first win. I think I had that taken after. I've got one with my lad as well, but he's a bit shy, so I've not stuck that out there. Yeah, both teams to score. No, I've got this 7-10. So yeah, that's a bit restrictive, isn't it? Both teams to score in the first half, actually, which is an interesting one. I nearly had a go at that. It was like specialist bets. Is 9-2. So that's not bad if you fancied that. Correct scores, here we go. So I've not looked at a Swansea correct score. They're all City ones, obviously. 1-0 is 15-2, 2-0 is 6-1, 2-1 is 9-1, 3-0 is 7-1. But my 3-1 is 10-1. That's not bad, not a bad price. So I've got a point on that, obviously, at 3-1. And I've also had a go at 3-2, which was the score last time, at 33-1. So if you fancied another 3-2er, I've just got half a point on that. So half a point, which is like 50p if you at the moment what I'm putting on are literally £1 a point. It has been £5 a point sometimes, depending how I feel or how much money I've got in the bank. So they say I'd only ever bet what you can afford. So yeah, I'm going on half a point on 33-1 for a 3-2. So that'd be good, won't it? If you fancied 4-0, it's 11-1, 4-1 is 17-1. Half-time, full-time, yeah, I can't see anything more than a City, but that's 8-11. But a draw in City, yeah, I mean, that's reasonable. That's 11-4. That's not a bad little price if you fancied that. Anytime goal scorers, again, a little bit restrictive. The only real good price was Cancelo at 8-1. I always think if he does play, this is obviously that's not a bad price. He's got to score at some stage. He's coming close, isn't he? You've got Jesus and Sterling both 11-10 and Foden 13-10. Not great, but a little bit more value on Torres at 17-10. So I had a couple of points on that. Torres at 17-10. I like it nearer 2-1, but hey, that's okay. I'll just go Torres as my sort of last bets in my just for fun bets. But there you go. Let me know what you're doing anyway on the betting side. Let me know what you think about that. And of course, the We're Not Really Here show on Manchester City. I always have a quick look to see who's on that for the Swansea game. If you're into that programme, as I say, I have dipped in and out occasionally. I have so much else to do. I don't really get much chance to watch it. But yeah, Sean Goater, yeah, feed the goal and he will score. And Kevin Orlock, I'll not even sing the song about him, will be teaming up once again on the Really Here show. I'm not sure who they're with, like Kyle Walker or Natalie Pike. I'm not too sure who's presenting, but you're only interested in Sean Goater and Kevin Orlock anyway, aren't you? Unless you're a bloke and you're interested in Natalie Pike. But hey, you know, we're all red-blooded males, aren't we? There you go. Well, Kyle Walker, for so obviously, whatever. Yeah, so that's a We're Not Really Here show anyway, so that's fantastic. Anyway, thanks for joining me for this little preview. As I said, not so much on the history today. I could have got into the league games. I mean, there's a couple of games there. I've actually never been to Swansea. It's one place I've never been, so I couldn't tell you any of my experiences there, to be honest with you. Whether it was the Vetch Field in the old days or whatever, so I couldn't do much, is fair enough, but I didn't want to talk about the league games. I'm sure we might be playing them in the league next season. I could do a proper little history boys then on 2 or 3 past meetings, can't we? So that'd be really good. I did do a special on Swansea. If you look at my City Pass vlogs, obviously back when Toshak was the manager, did do a special on a City versus Swansea, so have a look for that. I'll try and find it in the links as well, put it in the links for you. That was a few months ago now, but that was a good watch and a good listen for you. So if you fancied that, just a little bit more on Swansea and City, that's out there. And of course, join me for a review of the game on Thursday. That'll be Thursday lunchtime, early afternoon, something like that, as we look back on the game. And there's a couple of coming out. They're not quite ready yet. There's a couple of Citizen Channel City past present things coming out. There's a new One City show coming out. Episode 4 of that'll be out. That's proving quite popular. So that's the magazine feature, what's in and about the media and in Tinternet and all this sort of thing on City. So that's due out in the next couple of days. And there will also be another Player in Time special on my history things. And it's a Player in Time on a certain gentleman called Matt Busby. I'll be looking back at his time at City, not particularly his management career, but his what he did for City and while he was there at City. So please keep your eyes out or keep those notifications pressed so you get to find out about my little special on Matt Busby coming out soon. Anyway, thanks for joining me for this big match preview. City at Swansea. So let's go, hey, come on City, we can do it. Let's do another treble, hey. Let's do another domestic treble. Let's be greedy. Hey? We're not, you say, I'm usually quite timid and glass half full. You know, I'll be happy with a League Cup. I'll be happy with a league title, etc. But yeah, let's do it. Let's do a domestic treble. If you wanted to add the Champions League to it, yeah, why not? Let's go mad. Eh? There's not much talk of it, is it? It'd be a shame we're not there to enjoy it. But hey, there you go. Anyway, thanks for watching. Whatever you're going to do the rest of the day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More importantly, let's all look after each other till we meet here again on the Citizen Channel, or perhaps have a flit across, have a look at my film and TV channel, have a look at my little information and reviews and entertaining little vlogs on there. Whatever it is, all I ever ask is please stay safe, Blues, Thanks for watching. Bye for now.